Oh yes, because having another child always mends a damaged marriage. Harry and Meghan are apparently planning to have a third child. Greetings, my friends. Today I came upon some news that I simply must share with all of you. This is probably the most absurd thing I've heard about Meghan and Harry in quite some time. According to Daniela Elser's article in news.com.au, Harry and Meghan believe having a third baby is the solution to their problems. Ah yes, we all know how many marriages have been saved by adding another mouth to feed. So I guess the failed careers, crumbling marriage, and unaffordable mortgage aren't enough for them. They need more responsibilities, so they're considering expanding their family. According to Daniela, there are still rumors that Harry and Meghan may move houses, which makes sense given their inability to afford the giant mansion they have in Montecito. There have also been reports that they haven't even lived in that place for a while, if ever. So it follows that they want to relocate. We first heard they might move to Malibu, but I doubt they can afford Malibu either. Then we heard they were looking in Los Angeles to be closer to Hollywood, so Meghan can finally get her big break. But now, according to Daniela Elser, there are whispers about them adding to their family and future British Airways bills. Alright, first let's talk about them moving. Remember the Daily Mail said back in November that Meghan and Harry were touring homes in LA because they want a base nearer to Hollywood studios. But just being physically closer to Hollywood won't suddenly make Meghan talented or interesting to producers. Proximity alone won't get her the roles she craves. If she really thinks location is all that's impeding her success, she's got another thing coming. In December, The Times also started reporting that Harry and Meghan were planning to relocate. They interviewed Montecito locals who suggested the Duke and Duchess were considering leaving their mansion. A member of Harry's polo club told the paper, "I heard they're moving to LA. I think they're looking for real estate if they haven't already found it." Then we heard that maybe Harry and Meghan won't sell their Montecito home, but will expand their property portfolio. Whatever that means, as if they could possibly afford two gigantic mansions when they don't even fully own the one. Remember, they've still got a hefty mortgage on that Montecito place. So what business do they have buying another property? Absolutely none. According to Elser, when Meghan and Harry first purchased that home in 2020, the Mail estimated their mortgage was around $716,000 annually. And earlier this year, their property taxes skyrocketed past $200,000, according to journalist Richard Eden. So it's not as if Meghan and Harry are raking in the cash to maintain their current residence. Just consider it. They have to pay for all their security staff, housekeepers, nannies for the invisible children, gardeners, whoever else. A home that size isn't cheap to operate. They have groundskeeping costs for the gardens. Everything must be kept in immaculate shape. The Mail estimated back in 2020 that their total estimated operating costs, including security, staffing, and utilities, were around $6.5 million per year. So how on earth can they afford that now? They haven't had any major income in quite some time. I know Harry released Spare, but reportedly it didn't sell enough copies for him to earn back his advance. So it's not like that book was profitable for him. Apparently, Harry and Meghan are desperate to be closer to LA. They feel disconnected out in Montecito and want proximity to bigger celebrities. They want to attend Lakers games and such. And Meghan's got to be able to make those concerts she's not invited to whenever possible, I guess. Another issue for Harry and Meghan in Montecito is that the locals haven't exactly welcomed them with open arms. Apparently, Harry and Meghan think they're above everyone else there and don't want to socialize with any of their neighbors. And the population in Montecito tends to be a bit older, so allegedly Harry and Meghan are seeking somewhere more lively and youthful. It's important to note here that Meghan and Harry seem completely delusional about their actual ages. They love describing themselves as young parents, and Meghan is always calling herself a young mom. Last I checked, your mid-40s is not young. But okay, Meghan, sure. What we do know is that in 2023, Harry and Meghan made many trips to LA to hang out. A Page 6 headline from last year read, "Why Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are driving 4 hours to hang out in Hollywood." They apparently went to games, had dinners at San Vicente bungalows, And reportedly, Harry even had a secret LA escape room to get away from Meghan sometimes. Now apparently the Mail was one of the first outlets to report that Harry and Meghan were thinking about baby number 3. Late last year they said, there are rumors they would love to have a third child. Interesting, isn't it? Because didn't Harry and Meghan once say they would limit their family to 2 children for environmental reasons? Clearly that was meant as a jab at William and Kate. But it seems they changed their stance. They've decided this is the only way to get that precious media coverage they're so thirsty for. Daniela Elser writes, again, this is hardly a shocker. The Duke and Duchess have suffered many slings and arrows in recent years, including from my quiver, but they are unquestionably 2 people utterly devoted to their children and who are deeply committed to parenthood. What planet is she living on? What is Elser talking about? Are Harry and Meghan really unquestionably devoted to their kids? Based on what evidence? Harry and Meghan never seem to spend time with those children. We never see them together. They're always jetting off on luxurious child-free vacations. We assume the kids are left behind in Montecito with Doria. As far as I can tell, there's no evidence of Harry and Meghan being utterly devoted parents. But as the late Queen said, recollections may vary. Of course, Meghan and Harry have proven themselves to be eco-hypocrites repeatedly. For instance, they insist on private air travel everywhere. When visiting New York, they demanded a 7-car SUV convoy to travel a single block. So their hypocrisy here wouldn't be shocking. Elsa writes, will 2024 be a year of big change for the Sussexes? Will they be loading moving trucks or getting bassinets out of storage or sending change of address cards to Clarence House? I think before getting bassinets from storage, Meghan will first have to dig up those old moon bumps. I just can't believe they would try pulling this stunt again. Are they really so bold and insane? In my opinion, it didn't go so well the first 2 times. Meghan's prosthetic baby bump was falling off, she was keeling over. Many people, myself included, aren't convinced those first 2 children even exist. So how on earth could they fake a third invisible baby? I don't think it's going to happen. Now do I think at some point the idea of a third child was tossed around? Sure. Often when couples face marital problems, they think having another baby will magically fix everything because they remember how happy they were when their first or second baby was born. They think it will have the same effect. Well, I don't know any couple that has worked out well for. Usually adding another child makes things more difficult and strained, not easier. I honestly can't think of a single marriage that was saved long-term by having another child. And Harry and Meghan will be no exception. What do you think about this news of Harry and Meghan possibly having baby number 3? Please share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share it with others who would appreciate it too. As always, please subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Thank you for watching, have a great week, and I'll be back soon.